So this is where we're going to be metal detecting today. We've metal detected here a few times. It's just signs of either one house or multiple houses everywhere. And it's an interesting sight for sure. So let's get this machine set up. If it rings, we'll see how long I stick it out. But my camera, my phone, that's the only thing stopping us. Let's get this thing set up and get metal detected. Let's go ahead and pick a program. And I'm always favoring field 1, but let's do field 2 today to target the lower target IDs. Let's go ahead and noise cancel and ground balance. Now our sensitivity, I'm going to leave it on 23. We're on 5 tones. We're going to reject from -9 to 9, 39 and 40. Recovery speeds on 4, and iron bias, old school, is on 0. So this is the first target of the day. And we're going to dig anything that repeats like this. Doesn't matter what ID it's going to be today. So somewhere in that mess of corn there is our first target. Say goodbye to my clean hands, but here's the first target. So here it is. Not sure what it is. It feels just like a mess of rustiness, but it is something. Let me clean it up. It's going to be a lot of that today. But here is our find. And looks like some little cog or gear of some sort. I'm not sure, but it is interesting. So let's just keep looking. Next target. It's kind of iffy, but it is very deep. Pinpoint small, so let's try it out. Sounds like our target is right over here. And 1920 or so. That's promising. It's green. Huh. And it is of a very odd size. If that's not a button, that is definitely a coin. Hopefully one I've never found. That is not a large cent. Oh, it is a coin of some kind. Yes. I'm very excited because I have no idea what that is. No guesses at all. Let me clean it. I know exactly what that is. It's one of the most, in my opinion, beautiful coins ever made. And there it is. You can see that 2 right there in the middle. This is a 2-cent piece. And it's got a beautiful shield on the back and a lot of decoration. And this is one of my favorite coins that are out there. And I think the other ones that I have found in the past have came up just like this one did. Kind of scratchy. Kind of one of those iffy digs, but man, are you happy when you dig it. Isn't it awesome? Sweet 2-piece cent. So I'm going to put this away and I'll clean it up the rest of the way when I get to the house. Man, totally cool. Next one is pretty low. It might be a bullet. It's pretty loud, so I'm going to guess it's made of lead, but never know. I'll see all this standing water. Make sure whenever you're digging in that, get as much dirt out as you can right in the beginning because it's going to fill up quick. Just a big, large iron thing. I'm not sure what that would have went to, but might be the end of an axe head. Not sure. Got a 14 or 15. Responding really well, and it's small, so this should be a pretty good one. Reading a 14, somewhere in here. Looks to be a fired bullet. That could even be a rock, but check it with my nail. I think that's a rock. There's what we're looking for. I thought this was a bullet. I don't know what it is, but see, I thought that was a fired bullet, but it's just a rock. And the reason I pulled out my nail is because a nail will dig into lead easily. I'm going to say it's an Indian by the color, as well as the age of the site. But let me get it cleaned up. So here is our find. It's definitely an Indian. It says 1/8 something. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely in the 1800s. And there's the back of it. Now, this came in at like a 14, so that's abnormally low. Usually I'm an 18 or 19, maybe even a 17 sometimes. But you can see that the corrosion levels on the outside of this coin are real heavy. So it's not its normal green on the outside of this Indian. So that, you know, that plays a huge factor in the response that your machine will give. But it was crisp, clear, and concise, and it told me to dig, and I dug. Nice response of number 12. It's loud, about 3 bars deep. So right there, 11, 14. Here's some thunder that way. That's coming towards us. So this one is a fired bullet of some sort. Well, it might not be a bullet, but it's definitely lead that was melted. So you can see where it got nicked. And I'll just run my nail over that. You can see where I just changed the color there. That's what I meant earlier. So, big piece of lead. Now I'm working in this direction, and you can see when I talk about stuff everywhere, here's a big piece of crockery. Here's another piece, and that would have been the top of the edge of, say, a big bucket or something, like a basin of sort. And but yeah, they're just really cool to find. Usually glazed brown on the inside, and they have that tan color on the outside, and sometimes they have blue impregnated into them for decoration. You can hear it double beeping, so it's right on top. Real small, right about there. Looks to be a stem off of a spoon or fork or eating utensil of some sort. Oldie. Let's keep looking. Let's figure out what this 14 is. Should most likely be in there. Right about there. And I think it's brass, only because I know that it is a piece of a harmonica reed. Just a portion of it. One note. That's all you get on this one. Nice signal. Could be copper. Could be a smaller silver piece like a dime. Especially at that 28, 29 mark. All I can say is that this is going to be interesting. Looks like it's in here. Wow, that's a straight 30. So that's definitely a good sign. I see something right there. Oh, it came out. That was ringing awful high. Now my hands are very sticky, and I really cannot see the screen that I'm videoing through. So let me try to clean that up some. But I'm also going to stop cleaning it because, as you can tell there's an eagle on there, and it has a date. So this is a flying eagle scent in really good shape. And to tell you the truth, this is my very, very first one I've ever found, and I am completely ecstatic. I'm going to clean this up at the house. There's a higher number, 18, nice and consistent. Pinpoint's small, so not sure what this is. It's definitely up here, and it's still reading 18 to 19, somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. I see it. I'll pick it up exactly how it is there. Now the last one, or the one that we found earlier today, was not this color, and it came up much lower in signal. There's the back of it, and here's the front of it, 1867, clear as it can be. Maybe you can see that, but I can. So it's a good looking coin, got a lot of detail to it, very happy with that find. So let's just keep on swinging, see what else we can get out of here. Switching to this field 2 setting really has changed this field for me. You know, between the 14 and say 24 that the machine's reacting to, it's changed the algorithm for how it responds to the target, and it's really drawing my attention towards them. It's just grabbing onto them like I would expect it to, focusing on the lower target IDs. So, hey, I enjoy it. I found all kinds of stuff today, so maybe I need to start running every site with a 1 setting and a 2 setting, just so I make sure I didn't miss anything. I'll probably be running this field 2 a lot more on all my field sites especially. Not all that deep, but 18, 19. Still 18, 19. Struck up in the 20s there for just a second. see it. It's not a coin, but it is round. It's this here. Looks like a pop rivet. I've actually, from what I can remember, have found a few of these little guys out here. I'll clean it up at the house. It's 2 disc and then with the bar in between. Definitely has the right patina for being really old. Well, there it went. Scratchy, but interesting. We'll just try it out. Sounds a lot better now, doesn't it? Let's see what that is. Let's see it. I believe it's a coin. It could be a button. Looks to be a button. Oh, and it's got wonderful gold gilt on it. Look at that. Awesome. This is like the second time I found another one with this much gold gilt on it. Months back, but look at that thing. It's just unreal. Let me clean it. So here it is with some dirt off of it. Isn't that beautiful? Extra high gilt. Looks like J. Manis or Mans, one or the other. But they did a good job. It's still on there 150 plus years later. All right, very happy about that find. This will definitely go in my good finds collection back at the house. That's definitely a good sign. It's right about there. Gotta be something cool. Try to get it out of that water. Or maybe it's just a spoon piece, but still. It's got some age to it. Maybe it's not a spoon, it's something else. Let me clean it. So here it is. It does have some decoration on there. Don't know what that is yet. Maybe even initials inscribed in it, but it had a connecting point right there. It's real heavy, but still, really cool find. It's in there somewhere, it's just not laying flat. Still in there, it came up to a 24. That makes me think large iron. I haven't found a big piece of iron yet, so it's just as clear as it can be on a 23 now. Most important part is we're about to find it. Oh, I know what that is. Do you know what that is? It's the side piece for a lock on a rifle. And guess what? We have the rest of it. We just found it. You can see it's engraved on the side and has some decoration, but that's the side piece of a lock. Typically this would go down a rifle on the right-hand side because lefties, they just didn't think about a whole lot. But yeah, I'm gonna say 90% sure. Somebody could prove me wrong, but that is what I believe that is. There's a cross I can see on there with a shield. You might be able to see it as well. So very, very interesting. Let's try this one out. 17, 18, somewhere in there. Pinpoint's nice and small. Let's see if we got it out of there. Reading 18, 19, somewhere in here. This is it. Looks like a button. It's straight out of the ground. Yeah, you can see it's old flat button. Nothing on it. Shank's busted off, but still. Old flat button. We're going to try right here on the edge of the field, which is close to where I believe the house was at. There's an 18 to 20 right here. It's a little loud. But let's see what it is. Might be trash. Looks like there's maybe a piece of aluminum. Nope. That's an old piece of pottery, so that's a good sign. Looks like a hydraulic line for farming. And it also does not. So let's take a look at this. First I thought it was a hydraulic line, but I don't know if this is the end of a wrought iron fence. It has threads on it right there at the base. And then it's got a coated, almost like a gilting of some sort, but it's pointed like a spear. It's pretty cool. So here it is, a little more cleaned off. That You can see the plating or like a foil coating. That might even be some kind of silver. I'm not sure, but this is definitely old by the patina on it. It's got a decorative end. Now this could have been on the top of a fence. That right there, it's not sharp enough to injure somebody, but sure would make a nice spear. Cool find, super cool find. Very loud. Pinpoint's huge. Let's see what it is. Probably a pop can, but could be a belt buckle. Could be this as well. That's what we have so far. It's old. Let me clean it. So there it is. Tell me what that is. Really old patina with a brass. Could be the umbrella handle. Maybe even like a lighter. I don't know if they did those back then, but definitely very unique. My very first. So let's save the rest of this wood line for the next time we come out. But this will be the last dig of the day. It's a low number, but it's huge, whatever it is. So let's see what that huge item is. It's that. Great big spike, but it's a big iron target. Pretty neat. You can see where it was used and rolled over on the top, driving it into stuff. So that's the end of our hunt. It's a good day out here. Found all kinds of cool stuff. I don't usually run the Mode 2 programs a whole lot. I do, but today I ran it the full day and ended up finding some cool stuff. Sorry, there's somebody shooting a gun. Yes, it did scare me because I'm like maybe 60 yards from them. I don't want to hang out over there because I don't know if they can even know I'm over here. So let's get out of here. And with a little bit clearer composure on thought, had a really good hunt today. And thank you very much for checking out my videos. And until next time, take care and keep safe.